G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the northwest side of the map, playing as the Delhi Sultanate in the yellow, it's Beastyqt. And on the south side of the map, playing as the red, I should say playing in the red, as the Holy Roman Empire, it's Kasva, who is representing, I should also mention this, he is representing Istanbul Wildcats. Now, we have got a very interesting position here, and I was trying to theorize exactly how this opening would work, but it looks like I may have been incorrect. So, for anybody wondering about how the drafting worked, you essentially had each civilization represented twice in the draft. That means that if you pick it twice, you can play it twice. Typically, if you play a civilization once, that's it. There's no more accessing it. But in this draft, you can pick it a second time and play it a second time. So with that draft, you actually start with 2 picks, or rather you get 2 bans before anybody gets to pick. Beastyqt elected to ban English. And the reason why is because on this map, the English is so damn strong, because their early villagers have the ability to fire off bows. So the next best civilization, at least according to my theorizing, is the Delhi. So the Delhi are incredibly strong because their fishing boats have the ability to go with, or to fire upon enemy units. And that means that they can fire upon enemy villages. That means that they can fire on enemy fishing boats as well. And we already see a little bit of an interesting opening here as Beastyqt is trying to build this dock, and Kasva's actually just going to be stabbing down the villager. I don't think he's going to be able to get it in time. Yeah, not going to be able to get it in time. The villager here instead deciding to just head off to the other area. So I suspect Beastyqt's probably just going to murder all the sheep, at least as many as he can. Nope, doesn't do it. So I was theorizing before the game started, what exactly could Kasva have in mind for us here? Because surely Kasva realizes that the Delhi player is going to be attacking his fishing boats on the deep water fish. And even if he comes in here and looks to try and take shoreline fish, once you start talking about 3, 4, 5 fishing boats, there's no real way that you can contest them. You can't even if you keep them within the radius of the dock, they're not going to be able to be out-healed by those. So my theory was he could go for some sort of rush with a barracks, use the prelate to heal up the damage that's done by the fishing boats and really put on the aggression early and take up that dock. But it looks like he's just ignored that really, and he's just playing this standard. Now, part of the reason why I think he might be playing this standard is I remember watching a game. I might have to double check this. I think it was Marine Lord versus Kasva, or it might have been Marine Lord versus Lee Nock. But essentially what happened was one of the players was playing as the Delhi, and they just weren't killing the enemy. They had the option to kill the enemy fishing boats, and they weren't doing it. I think it was Marine Lord versus Kasva. I'm not 100% sure. And so maybe Kasva just thinks that Beastyqt's not going to kill him out on the water here. But you and I both know the truth. Once Beastyqt gets up to about 3 fishing boats, I would suspect he's going to start killing off these the fishing boats here. The reason why he doesn't want to start attacking the fishing boats is because when he does it, it's going to interrupt his own fishing. And he needs to focus on his economy early on. You can see he's actually going to throw down a 3rd fishing boat here. Dropping down a mosque as well. What is this mosque all about? Very close proxy mosque. So maybe even going for a barracks potentially? Actually, oh, this is going to pop out the scholar. His scholar's going to spawn here because every mosque that you make, or rather your first mosque that you make, you get a free scholar. So Beastyqt pops it down, gets the free scholar, and now it's sitting right here. If he ever needs to repair or heal this villager, he'll be able to do that. Pretty smart play. And now we've got the fishing boats moving out. Villager gonna get caught with its pants down, unfortunately. Oh, nice little dodge there. Manages to dodge it once again. We're seeing out those villager dodges on the fishing boats, and Beastyqt says, you know what, stuff it, I'm not bothering. But now working down the fishing boats, and this was my concern, right? So this is why Delhi is so good on this map, is because now you're just able to take up the fishing boats, and this fishing boat has to now go back into the dock. It has to idle. 2nd fishing boat out here, it's slowly going to get whittled down by the fishing boats of Beastyqt, and once again, it's going to have to go inside the dock. All right, well, we'll have to see exactly what happens here, but apparently one theory is that he may actually put the scholar inside the dock. So once he's got efficient production coming in, he may be able to put, actually, I think he can already put the scholar inside the dock. Does that give him efficiency bonuses for creating fishing boats? It might. We'll have to wait and see. But you can see right now, so all Beastyqt needs to do is just sit outside the dock. And this is why the Delhi are the best civilization on the map that isn't the English. If you're going to do a tier list for this map, it's English as the S tier, and then coming out in the A tier, it's got to be the Delhi, because the Delhi can just do this. And you can't ban all the civilization, but by the same token, you can see that Beastyqt, he's not going to be able to pick up his own fish. He's just kind of preventing his enemy from doing the fishing. And still we see Kasva training a fishing boat, which is kind of... What were you doing, Kasva? What was Kasva doing? Kasva, what were you doing? You get back in your base, Kasva. Was he trying for some kind of outpost shenanigan or something and it just got denied? Perhaps. Perhaps. Ark and Chapel now coming down. Not going to be a mine work today. Behind this, we see the upgrades coming through. And there's the fishing boats once again getting caught out of position. BC's got the fishing economy over on this right side. So do consider that. And now he's just guarding up the dock here. 35 food in the fishing boat. He's just guarding it, keeping tabs on it. And this is part of the reason why on this map, the Delhi are such a strong civilization. Second dock now getting added in by Kasva. So he hasn't denied the fishing economy completely. And I guess that's something to consider, is that he hasn't denied the fishing economy completely. So it's still going to mean that that Beastyqt, or rather that Kasva has a presence on the water. And in fact, he's actually going up to the Ark and Chapel right now. He's going up very quickly. So we could potentially see very early military ships on the ocean for Kasva. The question is what direction he goes for. I wonder exactly how effective a very fast demo ship strike would be. If you just went like double, like let's say you just spammed demo ships and you just were like demo ship, because demo ships are very effective against docks. So if you just spammed out demo ships right now, damage is reduced further from the explosion center. No weapons other than self-destruct. Small ship packed with explosive detonate when killed, damaging any units in the area. It's definitely, I mean, you could really do something with it. And we can see he's collecting a lot of resources back here, but it's going to be a barracks on land that he's going for. So just ignoring water completely, avoiding the issue altogether. He's like, well, you know what? I'm just going to keep my... I think he's just abandoning the water. He's not adding anything in. Oh, now he's going for a Hulk. Kasva dropping down a Hulk a little bit late. Beastie not going with any water. And we do see the scholars are inside now. I'm curious exactly how much they buff this up. I don't know what the production times are. Oh my god. Okay, it is actually reducing it by 20%. That is a lot. Does it do further than that? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. That's kind of cool. He could have units popping out of there really quickly. Hulk now out on the ocean. Looking to try and cause some havoc out here. It's going to be focusing on the fishing boats that are just idle for the moment. Demo ship coming out. Kasva looking for it. A little bit of a split coming through. Bailing. It looks good. It looks good. Doesn't feel as good as it used to. The good old days when the demo ship used to kill everything. All right. Well, Backlot now going to be coming out in response. Double sprinkled ship. We can hear Man-at-Arms also going to be coming out on the south side for Kasva. Kasva trying to get ahead in this game. He knows how important it is to pull ahead in this game because he's already down in this series 2-0. This is a best of 7. It's going to be tough for Kasva to pull back from this. We saw yesterday Kasva ahead in the series, or rather take the series from Beastyqt. But now for the moment, looks like it's going to be a galley that comes out. So double Backler, and he's baiting him over towards this side of the map. Let's see if he hits him with a demo ship. He's got the ability to train one now. At least he had for a short moment. Outpost rush, outpost rush, outpost rushing on both sides here. Kasva bringing plenty of villagers. Did obviously scout that out, and Beastyqt going to be responding to it. Men-at-Arms going to be getting involved on the action as well. The outpost first volley should drop down on the men-at-arms. It tanks it up. Now going to be looking to focus down the villagers. There he goes. Villager number 1 going to get taken out. Villager number 2 going to be coming up here as well. He's slowly but steadily taking out these villagers. An arrow, for whatever reason, is now firing down at the early men-at-arms instead of the villager down here, and it allowed that villager to almost survive. At least a volley there didn't. Men-at-Arms face tanking that damage there. 5 idle villagers. Arrow slits now coming through as well. I don't know what that was all about. Not all of the arrows fired together. 3 Backlers out. Looks like a double Dow. No, those are fishing boats. There's the explosive Dow. Fishing boats coming out for Kasva. He's actually picked up the defensive enhancement there. So you can see it does an extra 300 against buildings. Docks have got 200 health, so they do 395. So you'd need 5 of them to blast it down to fire damage. That's a lot, actually. I don't think you could do that. I don't think you could rush it. Because you can't even supervise a dock with the Chinese. I mean, you can do this, though. And that takes it down to 12 seconds. That's not terrible. Actually, Chinese would have 12-second demo ships. That's got to be a strategy, right? It's not effective, though. It's 150 resources. And if you're using 5 demo ships, that's 400 resources. But it does kill them quickly, though. And that's the thing. And that's what it's all about, right? You don't really care too much about the resources invested. It's rather about denying your enemy the water. Because it's about that opportunity cost. But now, I mean, at this point in time, Beastyqt just going to be probably heading back to the backside here. He's just moved over a little bit further on the wood line. And he's fine for the moment. Backlers continue posturing, and look at the dock. Kasva moving forward with the dock, and the dock actually firing at the fishing boats. Look at the damage that it's actually putting out. It's pretty decent damage. Looking to come through. Double demo coming through now. Kasva doing a decent job. First one going to go down. Second one taken down. Beautiful shots there. Hits both of them with the backler. And now the micro are going to be coming in. Look at the repairs coming through for Kasva. Kasva playing on the water beautifully. Needs to be careful. The incendiary Dow does get blown up. And back towards the other side of the map, we can see there's men-at-arms lying in wait. Beautiful micro there from Kasva. You cannot fault him for that micro. And he's also picked up the emplacements on his Holy Roman Empire docks. Do we see any emplacements over on this side? It's hard to tell. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it for the moment. Look at that. The dock immediately fires at any buildings or any boats that come out. And now the Dow are going to be going down on the south side. Villagers getting pulled on this outpost. Double villager pull here. He's trying to keep the outpost alive. Men-at-arms going to be tanking up a lot of this damage to the face. Scholars moving out around the west side of the map. In the middle, the Scholar did try and make a move towards that sacred side. It's going to trigger, but unfortunately the men-at-arms going to be able to chase him away. And now over on the east side of the map, once again, we've got more action over here as Beast... What? Who was that? Was that the Scholar? Somebody was not having a good time, and I suspect it might be the Scholar. Definitely not having a good time being chased by those men-at-arms. He is really quite literally running for his life. Backler, hovering, sacred site, being captured. Men-at-arms have managed to find it. He can repair these bad boys up, but it's not going to be able to capture the sacred site. He tried to sneak them around the edge of the map, but obviously Kasva picked up on it. And Kasva looking pretty solid at the moment. I mean, he's kept a decent fishing economy. The Delhi advantage in the Dark Age really didn't account or didn't really go to much. There wasn't a big bonus that, like, typically you would expect the Delhi to be really solid. But now we've kind of reached this point where the Holy Roman Empire actually are looking quite strong. So I'm starting to worry a little bit for Beastyqt. Towards the north, continues. Positions for both of these guys at the moment with regard to their economy looks targeted towards the Castle Age. We see professional scouts now coming through for Beastyqt. Is this the final technology? No. Actually, that's not Beastyqt. Let's take a look. Here we go. Is it the final technology? Yes, it is. So that's going to be the final tech coming in at 12 minutes now. Scholars making their way back towards the mosque, realizing that they can't take that sacred site on the west. The single outpost is going to be able to deny that more than enough. Not a lot of line of sight up on this height part. Now, adding an archery range behind it. It gets scouted out. Sacred site being captured at the moment. BC doing a decent job, but at the same time, you got to be concerned about this. I mean, if you see this, right, you're playing as Beastyqt, and you see all of these fishing boats out here, feels bad, man. Definitely feels bad. He's got a single fishing boat out here. And the thing is, he wants the fishing boats to go to this dock and not this one, but they keep going across like this, and every time they do, they get attacked by the dock that's here. So maybe fishing boats need to have an option to set a home dock the same way trade units can set a home market, and then they drop those resources off at the dock. There you go. That's an idea. That's an idea. I saw an explosive go off right there. Beastyqt going to be looking to come out here. Fishing boat going to be trying to dish out some damage as well. Big explosion. It's going to be slow and steady that he takes down these fishing boats. They're now up towards the north. It looks like plenty of men-at-arms going to be coming through. Beastyqt here on the backside with the Scholars. He's got plenty of them here. Looks like he's got a total of... I'm trying to see. Yeah, he's got 5 Scholars at the moment. Men-at-arms going to be taking a fight here with the Horsemen, but there's plenty of men-at-arms, and I think there might be a Spearman or 2 in the mix. Indeed, there is. Town Center firing off, trying to provide some cover fire. Compound of the Defender now going down for Beastyqt. Kasva, not too far behind him. He's got 600 gold in the bag. We'll change it over to the resources per minute, and you can see he's about 2 minutes away when it comes to the resource or the income per minute. Counterattack down on the south side. He's looking to pick up reinforcements. A Spearman going to be found down here as well. A couple men-at-arms. He could definitely look to hit the wood line. On the east side, everything is quiet for the moment. The majority of attention now drawn towards the land, but he's idle on this landmark. The landmark is idle, and the men-at-arms underneath the town center are forcing a beautiful position right now for Kasva. Very difficult for Beastyqt to hold this, but we can see behind this, he's slowly stacking up that food to get up to the next stage himself. Wants to avoid his enemy getting up ahead of him, because in this matchup, typically, you would want to get up ahead of the Delhi player, because if they get up before you, you're going to be losing out on all those relics. And he's keeping this idle. Keep in mind, behind this, the compound of the Defender still is just chilling at the moment. More men-at-arms beginning to move in, and he's going to be looking to target this compound of the Defender. Over on the east side, double down coming out. It looks like majority of the fishing boats are still alive and well. In the middle of the map, sacred site was captured, neutralized now. Next wave of men-at-arms begin moving into the base. Kasva with the villager lead is sitting up at about 46, but he's got quite a lot of idols. Down on the south side, we can see them running back towards the town center, teeing off. No walls up for him here. You'd love to see those walls come up a little bit earlier. Second outpost has moved in this position as well. And once again, the sacred sites get neutralized in the center of the map. Now the men-at-arms is together with the spearmen, looking to hit the villagers on the gold mine. The next stage has been reached, and you'll expect to see scholars moving around the map at every angle, trying to pick up those relics, and we can see them there. He's got a total of 5 scholars out at the moment. There are 5 relics on this map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice little spawn here. And I gotta be honest, I don't mind this map at all. It's really started to grow on me. I'm a big fan of this. At first, I rolled my eyes, but now I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Age Up about to come through from Kasva. We can see him sitting there with 500 food a minute still. Still on 500 food a minute. Interesting position here with the Archon Chapel. He's got these farms a little bit too far away, but that's okay. I guess they're on the town center anyway. Men-at-arms once again moving in on the gold mine. Looking to idle those villagers from Beasty. And he begins pushing in on those scholars. Keeps them in the base though. And we've still got all 5 relics out here that are contestable. And so it is going to be the Regnitz Cathedral that he opts for. Now when it comes to prelates, he's only got 1 in the base at the moment. And 2 going to be sitting inside the town center, or rather, he's got 2 in queue at the town center. So he needs to keep this pressure up. As long as he keeps this pressure up, and I suspect he probably sees, yeah, he does actually see the scholars here. So he knows that there's no scholars out on the map. So there is the potential to take away these relics. So expect to see this prelate coming out. You can see the first prelate. Ideally, you'd even take this prelate out. Sure, you lose the buff coming out for a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it if you can guarantee picking up one of those relics. And look at this relic right here. I mean, ideally, you'd look to try and get over and snag away these relics if you really can. Because playing as the Holy Roman Empire, it's going to be imperative that you pick up as many as possible. But now moving up towards the north, I think Beasty suspects that it might be time for him to get out and try and start contesting those relics. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's got the shift queue. Look at the shift queue. Look at the shift queue right there. He's got about 7 different commands. Kasva now reaching the next stage, and we hear the first of the relics being picked up. I don't know where it is. I don't know who did it, who done it. There it is. Kasva are actually going to be picking it up. And now, once again, Kasva going to be applying some pressure to the front. Villagers of Beasty getting caught out of position here. Relic over towards the west side, about to be captured up. He's got a beautiful little route that he's running over there. Still up towards the north, that relic yet to be picked up. First Lancer of the game out on the field now. Plenty of spearmen here, so expect to see veteran spearmen coming through shortly. There it is. Veteran spearmen coming in. Beasty now picking up 2 relics. First relic and the second relic probably in the middle of the map. I'm not 100. Oh no, it's probably this relic that went down here. Nope, I don't know where it went. Anyway, there's yeah, we can see 2 relics coming in a piece for both of these players, and Beasty actually going to be taking the relic on the top side here. I just saw, I've got a baby monitor on my desk, and I just saw my baby monitor just go boom. So I can't actually hear it, but I can see the levels on it, and it just went boom. So I think my little guy might be awake at the moment. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's about his wake-up time. But we do see now that the scholar going to be able to make it through. He's running back to this position, trying to deny out the relic. Should be successful, actually. Relic is going to go down, but it is a little bit closer than before. He might actually be able to come through and wall it off. That's probably the best thing that you can do, wall like that. Get it through. But now, Kasva still looking solid. And look at the score. He's ahead by about 300. The water war has completely shut down, by the way. Neither player interested in continuing the war on the water. They're just happy just leaving it as is. That is a pretty important part of the economy, though. An infinite source of food out there. So consider it like the equivalent of maybe, I guess, 7 or 8 farms. And my screen's gone pink. I don't know if you guys are getting that same pink hue over your screen right now, or is my monitor just playing up? Please tell me you guys are seeing that same... I mean, it looks good. Did you see any change at all? No hue? Oh, God. My monitors may be going. This is an expensive monitor. I think I paid like $900 for this monitor. Oh, God, yikes. Oh, yeah, I think it's my monitor. Can you guys see? It's the shading, right? Once again, we've got the shading. It might be the clouds. Oh, man. You've lost it, Drongo. I know, right? I know. I mean, at this time of night, it's 5 a.m. You're going to be losing it. If you're not losing it, are you human? I mean, unless you're XQC, you're not going to be losing it. That guy stays awake for like 36 hours and he's still competent. But that relic still remains over towards that north side. Do we see any prelates out here? We've got a villager out here. But I'm loving this infantry mass at the moment. Beasty really in a difficult spot. A little bit of a raid going to be coming down. Unfortunately, the walls over on that north side going to be preventing anything from coming in over there. But leave this open on the south side. Double relics in here for the moment. He's actually picked up the 3rd relic. I didn't even realize. At some point, Kasva took one of those relics that Beasty was carrying. You know what? It was this relic up here. He took the relic and he's put it in the outpost. Village is now going to be under attack in the middle of the map. It looks like he's run into a wolf potentially. I'm not 100% sure what that was. But now the Lancers as well hitting that wood line. Lance Connect coming in. Don't mess with the lance connect. Those guys will connect with you, and let's just say you're gonna be lying on the ground. It's not gonna be fun. Infantry mass continuing to build now for Kasva. What's Beasty's response? It's gonna be crossbows. It's gonna be more scholars. He's really having a tough time holding on. Kasva pulling ahead by 500 score, and now onto the gold mine. He looks to try and take out more and more villages. A little bit of a difficult pathing situation there, but the men-at-arms running rampage through the town. Crossbow's doing a decent job. Scholar's going to become the next target of the attack. Over on the east, or rather west side, we see those units being chased around, and more knights going to be coming in. He's throwing away units, though, it feels like at the moment. The Scholar's going to be able to repair or heal up these units that are nearby, and we can see right here as an example, the crossbow able to hold on for dear life. With that, I'm suspecting herbal medicine is in. I'll double check and see what we've got. Yeah, herbal medicine is through. So with that, Kasva throwing away quite a few units there. I don't know what he was gaining right there. But we'll check in now with the economies. 48 versus 46, so very even. Score quite similar, and still this relic is out here, yet to be taken. But Beasty now going to be coming out and grabbing it. This will be the second relic for him. Obviously, did try and take the relic that was over here initially, but didn't survive past the gauntlet there. Up to the north, it's now captured as he brings back that relic. Outpost getting cancelled. We'll ride on board with Beasty and see how the line of sight's looking for him. He's got a single scout over here on the west side. I say a scout, but it's actually a sheep. And now we got a little bit of a problem. Kasva's just kind of trickling in units, and this is not what you want to be doing. And I don't want to see Kasva go on tilt, but it definitely feels like he might be tilting now. Took that fight a little bit earlier, which just seemed a bit curious. I'm not sure what the goal was for that there. But ideally, what you'd love to see from Kasva right now is an Imperial Age. But I don't think he's got the mass to hold. If he kept that mass alive, if he just kind of kept it near his base, maybe went for a mangonel or something like that, with the mass in his base, goes to the 4th age, gets all of it, gets the elite upgrades on his units, maybe elite horsemen or something like that, and he wins the game. That's all it takes. So I guess we're not going to see that. Instead, we're going to see archery ranges coming out from our Holy Roman Empire player. We'll check in on the north side and see once again how Beasty's doing as we've got units under attack. And look at this. Players have now remembered, oh, hold on a minute. That's right, there's water on this map. And you're going to stop taking advantage of it. And me, I'm going to start taking advantage of it. First fishing boat that we've seen out here for Kasva for quite some time. Sacred Site number 1 finally getting taken here by Beasty in the center. Keep in mind there are 2 sacred sites, and it looks like we've got Beasty going with a forward keep here. A lot of villagers getting pulled for this. 15 villagers. He's going to try and get on top of this. Crossbowmen coming out. Skewers coming down as well. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode as we try and witness what's happening behind on the backside of this. The villagers still tapping away. He's trying his best to get the keep up. We can see the progression slowly going through, and he's got scholars on the front side that he's just healing up. It's going to take a while, but the villagers are going down. It's hard to see exactly where they are, but there's looks to be about a handful of them still. Crossbows holding on. Knight's going to be forced away up towards the north. And Beasty looking strong with his push. If this keep gets up, he's going to be able to use this as a really strong holding point and then get siege in behind this. And now on the south side, the raid going to be moving down towards. Hold on a minute, we got a second town center in here. Nobody told me about that second town center. Well, I guess I am technically legally blind. Yeah. Now, for anybody wondering about the upgrades on the top left-hand corner, I don't think this will do it, but I'm going to try. Yeah, it doesn't do it. Delhi are bugged. So Beasty's got all the upgrades. He's got +2 wood cutting. He's got +2 gold mining. He's got +2 food collection and all of the wheelbarrow, survival techniques, all of that. But it doesn't show. It's not reflected. So I will jump in briefly with him just to check on those upgrades to see how they're doing. But just know he didn't forget his upgrades. We're not watching Puppy Paw here. We're watching Beasty. It's a subtle dig at Puppy Paw. I think he forgot like 2 or 3 times when he was playing Delhi to get his upgrades. He still won the game though. All right. Well, house is now coming up. Kasva realizing he's going to get population blocked. Expect to see his siege workshop up shortly in the middle of the map here. But we do have boiling oil now being researched. For me, I'd expect a siege workshop with a scholar coming in any second now. Either that or he's got one at home. Doesn't look like it though. And still got units in the base here. Villager count for Kasva is starting to rise with that second town center. Does he dare think about the Elsbach Palace as an option for the Imperial Age? Speaking of Imperial Age, take a look at Beasty's resources right now. They're starting to stack up, and I'm starting to think a little bit more about the potential. Does he dare? He could just drop down another 3 keeps. He's got the resources for it. He could just keep going Imperial. But what do you get by going Imperial as Delhi? I mean, I guess you technically get free Imperial upgrades, which isn't too bad, but they do take a long time to come in. And now pushing through. Looks like Beasty is spending his resources, so no intent on going all the way up to Imperial. But we do see a crossbowman chilling out next to a siege workshop. So as we suspected, the siege is about to start. The siege of Kasva. Kasva on the defensive, trying to hold on a little bit longer. Going to be adding in a trebuchet himself. He's already got 2 of them out, apparently. First one, I see it. I see a mangonel as well. Where's that second trebuchet, though? Is it moved forward onto the northern position? Nope. Or does he just have 2 in queue? Or maybe I'm looking at the wrong unit. I think I'm looking at the wrong unit. That's Beasty. To me, this says that there are 2 realized trebuchets. 2. 2 with 1, right? That's 17 spearmen with 1. Am I missing it somewhere? Does he have it out over here? Is he trying to take down the dock with the trebuchet? That old trick? Am I blind? There's the second treb. But now it says he has 4 trebs. What? Is it counting the trebs twice? I think it's counting the trebs twice, right? 4 crossbows? Isn't it 10 crossbows? Oh, it's 10 crossbows, 2 trebs? But then the mangonel. The mangonel doesn't have a number. And we know that he's got a mangonel. Or maybe if he's just got 1 mangonel, it doesn't say. But it says over here, 1 archer. Oh man, this is confusing. So he's got 19 units in total? I think it's counting the trebs twice. Look, because now it's saying he's got 1 treb in queue, which he does. And when this treb comes out, it's going to say 6. Check it. Check him. 6. Boom. We nailed it. Check out my dubs. That's an old school meme. If you know where that reference is from, you are officially. I'm not going to say it because I would get cancelled if I said it. But you are an old friend. Let's just put it that way. Wait. Oh no, he's got 3 trebs. I thought I saw a 4th treb. I'm like, oh my lord. Okay, so that is definitely bugged. Yes. Up towards the north of the map, though. We're right on board with Beasty as there is a forward keep going up. Kasva's done a good job to clean that keep out. And I think going up against the combat of the defender, it makes a lot of sense to be going very heavy on the trebuchets because going up against the combat of the defender, you know that your enemy is going to be dropping keeps down non-stop. Keep now getting discovered up on that north side. Now, he could actually go for a snipe. Oh my god, Kasva could go for a snipe. Oh, Kasva's going to go for a snipe. Look, he's going for it. Look, he's actually going for it. Oh, he's going for a snipe. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Village is getting pulled as well. He's pulling everybody. Oh, it's happening. It's one of the good old-fashioned Don Artie landmark snipes. If it isn't a Dutch landmark snipe, as they call it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is happening. All units to the enemy base, please. All units to the enemy base. We have got a landmark snipe attempt. 1 landmark, 2 landmarks, 3 landmarks. Does Beasty dare go for an Imperial Age to try and keep himself alive? Trebuchet's firing off at the combat of the defender. He's going to be turning his attention, but now by the time he turns around, it's going to be too late. By the time he turns around, it's too late. The consequence of this map, the design of this map means that you can see how hard it's going to be for him to get back here. It's going to take him so long, and now a keep going to be coming up on the backside. That's not even relevant. Why do you need a keep? You're going to be keeping nothing up. And now, all of a sudden, Kasva going to be coming back in this series. I'm going to start calling it right here because there's so many trebuchets back here. There's no way you're stopping this. And Kasva right now has 10 trebuchets out. Now, we know that that's not real. We know he's only got 5 trebuchets out, but still, we see every single unit getting pulled here. He's just looking to focus it down. There's nothing here that Beasty can do. He's got his own trebuchet back on this side. Units just chilling out in the on the backside. And now looking to try and focus. The second landmark comes down. We see the landmark victories approaching. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Good game. Well played. And Kasva manages to take out Beasty in the 3rd game with a beautiful play, taking beautiful advantage of the map as well. It all comes down to the design of the map and the way that he took advantage of it. Beautiful job by Kasva, bringing himself back into this series. 2-1. What a play. What an absolute play by Kasva. That's big brain stuff. We take a look at the economic count. We see Kasva out to an early solid lead. He maintained it until Beasty finally caught up to him, but then Kasva said, see ya, and put on the NOS. Well, he didn't really put on the NOS. He barely moved a little bit. He just put it into 3rd. But we check in now with the military killed, and you can see Beasty a mile ahead when it comes to military killed. So I'll be honest, I was worried for Kasva that game. He took a couple of fights that really concerned me, but he pulled out. He pulled ahead. If you're watching this on YouTube, game number 3 was an absolute banger. Hopefully you tune in for game number 4. It's going to be coming up immediately after this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.